We cut to New York City in 1881. A man named Edgar. As it turns out, John is a wealthy man and a former Confederate Army captain, and takes a surprised Edgar to John's mausoleum, where his body is being preserved. John wanted only Edgar to read. When the lawyer leaves, he begins to read. The story starts in Arizona after the Civil War. John Carter is a force against the Apache, so he abducts him and tries drafting him as a soldier out and stealing the colonel's horse. The colonel and his men pursue him, not far, but the colonel gets injured in the fight. He helps the colonel out of pity and beyond surprised to see lots of gold embedded on the roof of the cave. It's John, who gets into a fight with the strange man. He shoots the man, makes the medallion, and repeats the word, Barsoom. Suddenly, a step. It seems as though he can float in midair. Confused, a group of green creatures with 6 limbs appear riding on massive animals. He speaks in a different language and introduces himself as Tas Tarkas, but he denies and attacks him. The creatures injure John and hold. Deja practices presenting a weapon she has designed to her father. Deja has figured out the secret of the 9th ray used by the Zodanga to fight Zodanga. Sab Than wants to marry Deja for the war to end, but she is The Tharks take John to their city and put him with the newly born infants. Ask John to jump high in front of everyone. John notices that the medallion is with each other. The war is entertainment to the Tharks, who bet on who will win. Found jumping powers saves the princess. The Tharks start cheering. Their ship crashes as well. Deja and John are with the Thark. At night, Deja and John talk, and Deja reveals to John that Deja finds that hard to believe too. Because of his thicker bone density, she hopes that the temple has a way to know how people can travel through war. Statue of the goddess Isis, and reads some markings engraved in it. However, in the cell, in order to cut John's hands off. When they are alone, he reveals to solve the mystery of the goddess Isis and get back to his world. When the leader. Then we see John, Deja, and Sola heading for them. Confronts her about it, and it turns out that she was taking him to her city to use him because she doesn't want to marry Sab Than. He asks her to accompany him to the river. See a strange blue energy forming on the ground. Deja realizes that this is himself from Earth to Mars with the help of the 9th ray. Just away and fights the army of Warhoons himself. The king of Helium meets her father. She is surprised to see the king of Zodanga, Sab Than, at the war, so she reluctantly agrees to marry him. In the following scene, Deja asks John to go back to his home using the medallion, when the guards hang outside, but is soon caught by Matai Shang. John is surprised by Matai John to himself with the help of a technology developed by the 9th ray. Than is planning to kill Deja and invade Helium after the marriage. Sab Than. Matai Shang is about to kill John when an alien dog to stop Deja from marrying Sab Than. However, John doesn't know how the Tharks puts John and Tarkus with massive beasts called the White Apes in one go. Everyone cheers for John, who is now the new leader of the Tharks. John reaches there just in time to stop the wedding. Seeing him, Sab Than Trillium now. The Zodanga soon loses, but Matai Shang manages to escape. Crowd cheers for them. He is now the Prince of Helium. The following morning, manages to use the medallion to send John back to Earth. When John, a long time has passed on Earth while he was on Mars. He looks around on Earth. He starts a mining corporation and searches for the medallion for the next. His body on the Earth must be protected when he goes to Mars, because back to Mars. John writes in the diary that he wants Edgar to protect his mausoleum password, which turns out to be Ned, the name John called Edgar when he was. Before he can harm Edgar, someone from behind knocks him out. Edgar, including his death, was faked to attract a Thurn and acquire his medallion. Ends the chant that will take him back to Mars again. Barsoom.